really enjoy the emails that I get to Norm at NorManGoldman.com. They really help me out, and I do appreciate you sending them in to Norm at NorManGoldman.com. And yes, we opened up with Iraq, and I am coming to the phones next. Seems people want to talk about Iraq, and why wouldn't they? But I just want to share this with you from one of our frequent emailers, Glenn, up in the San Francisco Bay Area. Used to be with us on AM 960. Now he's running the terrestrial radio station, still with us. NorMan, the latest hype from the right-wing noise machine seems to be how weak and ineffective Obama is with regard to the violence in Iraq. Do we really have to listen to this nonsense, Norm, especially when it comes from the same people who told us the following lies? We will be greeted as liberators. Once Saddam is overthrown, the cost of the war will be paid for by Iraq. There is no history of violent conflict between the Shia and the Sunni, so they will get along. The war will be brief. We will find massive stockpiles of weapons of mass destruction. The war will be justified. Those who are arguing against the war will be greatly embarrassed once the war develops and the facts become known. Norm, when I was younger, credibility was important. We all had a friend or two in school who borrowed money and promised to repay it and didn't. Or they say they'd offer you a ride to the beach and their promises fell through. Not a big problem, but after a few disappointments, we learned not to trust them anymore or believe anything they said. Nowadays, it doesn't matter what people say. Their credibility can be shot, but that's nothing to worry about. They can lie us in a war, be exposed as liars, yet their corporate media will ask these same people for analysis and advice when that very same war that they lied about gets even worse. All right, Glenn, there's more, but that's really the heart of it. Thanks so very much for that awesome email. And yes, why do we keep going back to these same demonstrably false warmongers who just keep saying all the same nonsense that they were saying before?
There's a lot of frustration out there. I've seen it. There's frustration against this president. There's a frustration against Washington of not being able to stop this president when he says, I've got a phone and a pen and I'm going to do what I want if you Republicans don't agree with me.
That's Eric Cantor, and he's the guy who got blown out in his own primary last week, and he's blaming the president for it. Why do we listen to these people? Why do they still get any kind of national media exposure? It's really a joke. And we should just do what Glenn did and say, you have no credibility, I won't listen to you anymore. You've proven yourself to be liars, fools, and knaves. Out you go. Antonio in Wisconsin, you get us started today. Hello.